What is going on, All Terrain Nation? Today on the show, we're talking about the new GMC Denali. That's right, the Edition 1 Denali is out, and they've given us a taste of what they've got coming. And is it enough? Is it enough to kind of excite you? Did you miss out on the Lightning? Did you miss out on the Silverado EV? And this is your chance to kind of get in on it. I'm kind of curious, but I haven't got to watch the video just yet. They dropped a, their video. I'm sure Will Arnett's doing the commentary. I'm sure because he's the voice of GMC, and a silky smooth voice for this. By the way, you can talk like this. But I want to get into this thing. So let's go ahead and we will pull this up right now. So looks like we got some clouds going on here. So let's hit play.
To name yourself after the highest peak in North America? Maybe that's audacity.
Maybe.
But at GMC, we strive to make trucks that set themselves apart and set themselves above. And make no mistake, towering above is exactly what the first ever all-electric GMC Sierra EV Denali Edition 1.
All right, so looks like a futuristic garage, man, and maybe this is what the garages we will no, because mine will still have boxes everywhere where you can't get into it. Me and Kelly will fight over space in the garage, so that's not my futuristic garage. But look at that thing. That is very GMC. There's nothing about that really shocking. Those are running lights, definitely very GMC. It looks like these are the main lights down here, and they've got these bright running lights. There's definitely a glow around the grill of that thing, so that's kind of cool. And of course, the GMC is going to be kind of glowy, and why not? If you're big badass kind of thing, you want to brag about it. So let's keep going on this video.
Powered by Ultium battery technology, it delivers 754 horsepower.
All right, 754 horsepower. Now that's more in line with where I think these things. Well, honestly, I think these things need to be limited about 450, and I don't mean that limited as in like it shouldn't have the 700. I just think for EV tech, man, we don't need to go crazy with this thing. I'm not towing my house, and I don't know if this one can do it like the GMC Hummer can, but I don't need all that power. But right now we're in the pre-stage of this. Everybody's got to show their cards, and hey, we can do one just as powerful. But that's a lot of horsepower, but not what the Hummer is doing. Got the glowies going on there.
Estimated 400 miles of range.
Ooh, all right. So 400 miles of range. And this is where I was curious about where they were going to say. I figured it was going to be their 400-mile range game that they projected for Silverado. Obviously, we know the Hummer is supposed to get about 400 miles of range. But let's read the fine print down here because I'm curious. So it says GM estimated. Remember that. GM estimated, not federally government doing the estimations, but range of the Sierra EV Denali Edition 1 on a fully charged, based on current capabilities, analytic projections consistent with the SAE J1634, very official, revisions 2017 MCT. Actual range may vary based on several factors. Remember that with EVs. This is always key. They always give you this range in the most perfect conditions, which, I guess they do that with miles per gallon, except sometimes I can do better. Sometimes you can do worse. So I'm not exactly sure on miles per gallon, but factors include temperature, terrain, battery age, loading, and maintenance. The Sierra EV Denali specifications will be released at a later date, which makes sense. But 400-mile range, pretty much standard where we thought it would be.
On a full charge and fast charging of 100 miles in approximately 10 minutes.
Now, fast charging, 100 miles in approximately 10 minutes. And that's where they're going to say, hey, we're just like going to the gas station, right? We can get you home pretty quickly in 10 minutes. But let's see what it says down there in the little fine print. So it says GM estimated charging time for Sierra EV Denali 1, Sierra EV Denali specifications to be released at a later date, requires use of a public 800-volt 350 kilowatt DC fast charger. Actual charging times will vary based on the battery starting state of charge, battery condition, output of charger. I thought the output, you told me the output, but vehicle settings and outside temperature. Now, outside temperature is key on this. It's very key on this. I know Canada's making a big push for EV, and these batteries don't do so well in really hot, and they don't do really so well in really cold. So we will see on that.
Available Super Cruise driver assistance technology delivers one of the most
you knew that would be
driving experiences, hands down. Precision
gas
driving
station.
is
Look at that.
leveled up with four-wheel steer to improve turning radius and maneuverability.
Four-wheel steer always
versatility
bothers me.
to experience more and haul more. GMC
I'm like, when is the
continues
four-wheel
to lead
steer
in
going to break?
innovation with our available new Multi-Pro midgate, offering more than 10 feet of bed length.
All right, the Multi-Pro tailgate there. So this is nothing new. We've seen this on the Silverado EV. So the RS1 that they're doing. This is like, but it makes sense. GM always does the twins. They basically have a GMC and a Chevrolet version. Chevrolet version usually will get almost what the GMC, but GMC is going to have the little plushes that maybe Chevrolet doesn't. I do love this tailgating system. I like how they can fold it down, the midgate, they fold it down, the glass can pop out, and you got this whole big tailgate. And I think the customer that they're looking for on this thing is a customer that needs a truck slightly. So I think that's why they're showing the kayak in there. But let's get back into this a little more.
Bed length. Inside, a reimagined cabin marks the dawn of a new era in luxury. When properly equipped, the Ultium battery can power your home's essential devices for up to 21 days.
That 21-day thing is hilarious to me because they've got fine print there. Let's look at the fine print. So accessory charging requires a fully charged and properly equipped Sierra Denali Edition 1, which makes sense. Ford did the same thing with the Lightning. You had to buy their specialty pack for it. Let's see, a properly equipped home, properly equipped. So now I'm going to buy my vehicle and I've got to make sure I have a properly equipped home. Get all the options, by the way. Properly grid connection, power supply. Let's see, a vehicle will keep standard essential devices. What do you consider essential? In services for up to 21 days, which is once again, Ford said, I think 3 days they could power a house. They got to one up them, and I'm sure somebody will one up these guys.
21 days.
Look at that screen, man. All right, there it is. So 16.8 diagonal touchscreen. We're damn near getting plasmas in this thing, man. But knowing these guys, they're going to have a lot of restrictions on the tech of this because GM is going down this loot box package that they're going to require. If you want to see this thing do everything it's supposed to, you're going to have to pay a subscription service. And one of their heads up came out with we think that people are willing to pay, I forget how much it was a year, like $1,200 a year for services. I call BS on that, but it is a beautiful screen in that. I do like, from what I can see, I'm sure this is all rendered. But it's very GM. All the fonts they're using looks great.
Introducing the first ever
It's not a frunk, it's an
all-electric GMC Sierra EV Denali. It is the Denali of EVs.
All right, so there is the Denali of EVs, and kind of catchy slogan, I guess. We do know that Denali is, it's for GM. It's their basically the Cadillac of trucks, and I like it. It looks good. It looks like a truck as we expected. It looks basically like the Silverado if they just put a new front end on it and plushed it out a little bit. Now, if you were the one that you wanted to get into the, say you wanted to get into the Lightning, and you couldn't get into the Lightning, and then you jump to when GM, brought out the Silverado, and maybe you missed the mark on that one of being one of the early adopters. Maybe this is your way to get into it. And I'm sure there'll be other companies. We know Dodge, Ram, all those guys. They're pushing hard for a Ram pickup truck. So I'm sure there'll be more options, more chances for you to get into this thing. But in the comments below, let me know what you think about this thing. I do think it's pretty cool. I'm just, I feel like we've seen this thing before. I don't think it was enough. I mean, obviously it's getting a bigger screen than what the Chevrolet's got. I just don't, for me, this thing price-wise, you're talking 100K plus for this before dealer markups right now. And at that point, maybe the Hummer offered more, but GM's having this whole weird thing with batteries. That's why the Hummer, I did a story on the Hummer's not coming out or they're not getting enough of them out because they're pushing that batteries to the Cadillac now. Well, Cadillac's running a couple hundred a day, something like that, maybe 400 a day. Now they got to jump over here, and they do have a new battery plant coming up, so maybe that'll alleviate some of this where they can actually ship out all these vehicles. But let me know what you think of this thing. It's pretty cool. If you've been on the channel here long enough, we're going to keep covering this stuff. So whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or these EVs, I'm itching to drive. It's been your All Terrain Nation. I'm your host, David Boyd. We're out. Peace, everybody.